Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Founders of Teotihuacan. Founders of Teotihuacan is a game published by Board and Dice, designed by Philip Glawas. I'm not sure if I pronounced that name correctly. I apologize. Plays 1 to 4 players in 60 minutes. Ages 14 plus, which is probably accurate because there's a lot of rules overhead to go in this game. Effectively, what you're doing in this is, I don't know, it might say the theme, but you're basically, looks like you're building plans to build the Great Pyramids of Teotihuacan. And what that means is we're going to be going around getting different kinds of tiles. We're going to have building tiles, temples, so we can worship, putting them on our player board, and also building tiles to symbolize the pyramids that we're going to be building. It's a 4-round tile drafting game with some action selection worker placement in there. And it shares a theme with Teotihuacan, but the gameplay is quite different. So let's go on the table, check it out. Alright, so here's a game of Founders of Teotihuacan, all set up for 2 players. Now, I've already done all the setup and we're ready to play, but let me walk you through setup pretty quickly. So you're going to put the main board out here. Based on the number of players, you're going to put a certain amount of building tiles here. So in a 2-player game, 1 of each. You're going to put 2 temple tiles, no matter the player count, of the green, blue, and red temples on the appropriate spaces. All of the, what are those? Worship tiles. Yeah, those are worship tiles. So all the worship tiles will get shuffled and you'll flip 2. So you have 1 on top of this deck and 1 next to. And then you're going to put 2 pyramid tiles out for the round. So no more of those come out until the end of the round. And then in a 2-player game, you're going to shuffle the bonus tokens and put them face up on the first 2 spaces of each of these. Each player will get, in a 2-player game, 6 action discs, a score tracker, and a favor token. The favor tokens start here. Score tracker, based on some stuff I've done, could be different. You're going to sort these masks of the appropriate color in a descending order based on the number of players. So in a 2-player game, each of the colors of masks have 3. And then put the round tracker here, eclipse marker there. Each player will get 3 pyramid tiles, and then you're ready to get going. Now, well, first player will get, you'll pick a first player, and their architect will start at the top. The other players' architects will all go 1 around. So if there's more players, it would be down here than over here. But in a 2-player game, it's going to look like this. Then, with your pyramid tiles, what you're going to do is you're going to take them and you're going to place them on your board. You're going to cover up a space. When you cover up the space, you get the bonus. If you get a tile, you immediately place the tile on your board, but you're not allowed to cover up masks. Anytime you take a free tile, you are not allowed to cover up masks. That's key, because covering up masks is how you get extra points, and you can't do that with free tiles. So for this player, I'll just look at this player as I'll be the green player. For this player, I placed my red pyramid tile here. Got me a red tile, a temple tile. I placed it. Every time you place a temple of that color, you get a worship tile to go along with it. Did the same over here. Got a green. I placed it here. Got a green worship tile. And then over here, placed my blue one. Got 4 points. Then they did similar stuff. Got tiles, points. Done. All right, so now we're ready to play. The way the game works is, on your turn, you're going to take 1, 2, or 3 action discs and put them out on the board. Now, the strength of the action matters. So the more disc you play, the stronger your action. So every space basically has an action of 1 right now, because this counts as a disc. So if I wanted to go here with 1 of my discs, when it was my turn, I would have an action of 2. What that means is I can build any tile in this section that's 2 or less. 2 is the smallest. So I can build the stone or the wood building, put it on my board. If I go there with an action of 3, so 2 discs, I can build this, or this. If I go there with a full action of 4, or get an action of 4, because you can stack on top of other people, I can build that or that. That's the only way to build the big dogs, is have 3 discs on top of the scoring thing. And also, when you go there, if you're the first player to cover up the bonus disc, you get that bonus. And I'll explain those when they happen. Now, over here, same type of thing. I can go here with, that's an action of 2, because 1 plus 1 is 2. This is takes an action cost of 3, 4, and 5. So over here, you have some options. I can go there with a level 2 if I wanted to buy this 3. I can spend the stone and the wood, and then 1 additional wood for every action that I am missing to build that tile. So I have a 2, I needed a 3, so I have to spend an extra wood, and I can take that tile. So over here you got some flexibility to pay for the difference in action points. And both of these spaces go the same thing. And when you place one of these tiles, you get one of those worship tiles to go along with it. Then over the third action space is building pyramids. There's also some green, which I'll get into, some influence sections. So over here, these are 4 square tiles. So I could go there with 3 discs. I have the appropriate action to be able to buy this, so I would need 2 gold and a stone. But if I go here with just 1, I have an action of 2. I'd spend 2 gold and a lumber, and then 2 additional gold because I'm 2 less than the 4 that I need to build. Then when you build this, you get 2 points. Now, at each of these action spaces, there's also an influence section. So when I go to the location, I can do the building action, which matters how much of my action points I put up here, or I can just go here and take the bottom action. So the bottom action of this space, the influence action, is gain 1 resource cube for every building I have out on the board of the appropriate color. Or I could take 2 of these 1 square tiles, either in stone or wood, or a combination. So that's this. Over here, this one is going to let me activate one of my worship tiles. So I could activate this one. I could cash in 2 lumber for 3 points. I can get that up to 12 points. Or I can just get 3 points in a free build action. When you activate it, it flips face down, goes to the bottom of the pile. And then this third one over here is the favor track. So when you go here, you would move up on this disc. That track immediately scored that amount of points, and then you could cycle one of your worship tiles back to the bottom and take a new one from the top. So that's pretty cool there. So that's all the actions you can take in the game. So let's go ahead and get started. So orange is first. Let's see. I think they want to get a building. So they're going to come over here. Yeah, they'll go with 2. So they're going to come over here with 2. They'll go right here. They're going to get that bonus, and I'll explain that in a second because they're going to do it after the fact. And they're going to build a stone building. So they take this, they have an action point of 3. This is 3. Then they can put this on their board anywhere. Now they can start covering up masks. The only stipulation with building now is they have to build where their architect is looking. So the top half of the board. This player will have to build on the right half of the board. You can see the lines in the middle here. So wherever the architect is looking is where you're able to build. So they're going to go ahead and build right here. No. Let's do right there. They'll build right there. And then they're going to surround all the orthogonally adjacent spaces with resources. So they're going to get 6 stone that they can now use to spend to do some things. All right, so now they get to do their bonus. They get 1 point and any cube that they can put on their board. Now, a cube could go around any building. The issue here is all my stone, I only have a stone building and it's full up, so I'm not gonna be able to get that cube. So I basically just got a point, not the other part of it. So that's their turn. Now, green, watch what they're gonna do. They're going to come here as well. Because you can go on top of somebody else, just a maximum of 3 discs high. But they don't get the bonus because it was already used up. So they have an action of 4, and they are going to do this. Let's do this. They'll go here. Like that. Man, I'm so bad at building these things. We'll put it like that. And then they're going to get a whole pile of gold. Gold resources, you can spend 2 gold resources for any other resource. So it's a wild. So the more of that you can get, the better. And you have to use it to build pyramid tiles. And pyramid tiles are key. And I'll explain that after this round. And then I'll show you how the scoring works. All right, so that was green's turn. They built, got some gold. Now it's back to and after you take a turn, aside from passing your architect moves, I always forget that. So they have different places where they can build. So now it's orange turn. This one's not there, and I think orange wants to get a gold building as well. Man, they can't. Oh, that's rough. They need to get some gold. Yeah, that's fine. They'll go here. Gives them an extra build. So they'll take this gold tile, because they're allowed to take this gold tile, and they're going to place it here. They'll get some gold. So 1, 2, 3, 2 more. And now they also have a free additional building action because of the special power of that bonus. And they have an action of 3. So they will go ahead and take this brown building here, and they'll put it right there. And then they'll get some lumber. I guess it doesn't come from there. It comes from the supply. So I need to put that back. So they'll get some lumber. 2 more. And then their turn is done. Their architect will move on. And you can see some of these cubes are different colors. There aren't enough cubes for a 3 and 4 player game, so Board and Dice sent some additional ones along. All right, now green's turn. Green wants to build a pyramid, so I need to get some lumber up in this piece. So we will come here and capitalize off that again. So I have a 4 action of lumber, but there's only a 3. So I will take this, and my architect is over here. So we will put it right there. And I got some lumber now. All right, then my architect will move. Now it's Orange's turn. Orange wants to, they're going to build a pyramid tile. They now have the appropriate gold and lumber. So they're going to try to build a pyramid tile. So they're going to come over here with their last 2 workers, and they will go here. They'll use that bonus in a minute. And then they will build where's their, okay, so their deal is down there. Yeah, they'll build this blue one. Doesn't matter aside from scoring. They're going to put it here. They're going to get a golden tile to place where their architect is, and they will put that bad boy right there. They first have to pay, they have an action of 3, so they have to pay 2 gold, a lumber, and an additional gold. So 3 gold and a wood. Then they place that gold building there, and they get, oh, they got it for free, so they can't place it over masks. I forgot that rule. So they'll put it right there. Get some gold around it. I might have broken that rule already because I always forget about it on another board, but whenever you get something for free, you can never put it over masks. So if I did that, sorry. And then that's that. And now they get 2 points for building the tile, and they get to do this action here, which is an influence, which is one of these bottom pieces here. And I think what they want to do is they're going to activate this one because they want to activate this tile. So they're going to spend 2, 4 for their stone cubes for 6 points. So they're now going to get 6 points, and then this one will go back to the bottom. I'll just discard it because I'm not going to cycle through all these. All right, then we're back to green. Green has so many, and this one move. Green has so many tiles left because they mooched off of the other player, which they're going to do again right now. They're going to build a pyramid as well, and I think they're going to do this green one. So they'll get 2 points for building, plus 2 more, or 4 more because they're covering up that 4, so they get 6 points. And they build a green pyramid tile. All right, and now orange player passed. They have no more discs, so they can't do anything. Green has 3 discs left, so can I do anything over here? I need a stone building. I'm tapped out on stone. Dang it. I want to get a temple, but I'm tapped out. So let's do, I'm going to send one over here. Gives me a point and an extra action disc, but I want to use it for the influence. I'm going to activate this. So that'll give me 3 points. 2, 3. And I get a free building power of 3. So I will build this stone building. And it's free, so I can't put it on any masks. So My architect is over here. So let's put it right there. And we'll get some stone. All right. Whoa, got it. And that's that turn. Now they get another turn. They get another turn, and they're going to go over here again. They'll go here with 2 discs. It gives them an extra action, so that's a 4 strength action because of the bonus. And they want to build they're actually going to buy this. The architect is over here. They're going to buy this one. So this is a 5. They have a strength of 4, so they have to pay the additionals. They need a stone, a gold, and an additional stone. So 2 stone and a gold. They can place this anywhere on mask, whatever, because it is, they bought it. So they will place it right there because their architect's on this side of the board. Then they get a red tile. They're going to take this one because they want to get some more green tiles. And they are now done. And that's the end of the round. When everybody is done and passes, the round ends. So their architect will be there. All right. So at the end of the round, a couple things happen. We're going to advance the marker here. We're going to refill all the tiles up to the appropriate player count worth of tiles. We're going to refill the temples, if any of those were taken, back up to 2. Refill the pyramids. Everybody loses a disc from the game. So as the game goes on, we're going to have less and less stuff to do stuff with. So green, green, orange, green. First player passes. All these bonus discs get shuffled back with the 3 that were not in the game in a 2-player game, and we'll refill. So each location will have different bonuses as the game goes on. I forgot a brown one. All right, so we got 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2. All right. And now we're ready to go. So the game's going to keep playing like that for 3 more rounds. So this round and 2 more rounds in a 2-player game. And then when at the end of the round where the red sun marker is on top of the eclipse marker, that will be the end of the game. So let's go over final scoring. All right, so the way final scoring works is just one thing. You've gotten all your points throughout the game. We're going to have way more points than this. But the way final scoring works is it's going to matter with the pyramid tiles and temple tiles. So let's just look at this player, for example. If you look at each district, so there's these districts. Let's go ahead and put some more pyramid tiles here and I'll show you. So we got this, a green. So say this player's board looked like this. And they have one on top like this. All right. So the way that this works is you're going to score 3 points for every tile that's on the top of your pyramid times the number of temple tiles of that color in the district. So this one's straddling 2, so it will count for this district and this district. So this is 3 times 1, that's 3 points. So there we get 3 points. Then the bottom tiles are worth 2 times every red, so that would be 2 more points. Then you do the same in this district, 2 red tiles times this 1 red tile temple that's in the district, so that's 2. Then we go down here with the green. Let's say we had another one to make it like worth it. So we'll say we had this here. We have 3 temple tiles down here times 2. That's 6 points. Then red, this red one is going to score this one for 1 point. That's how the pyramids work. So they're going to be very powerful when you're building these temple tiles here. If the more of a colored temple tile you get, the more pyramid tiles of that color you want to get to make the scoring multiply and be higher. And that is the game. After you do the final scoring, whoever has the most points is the winner. So that is the Founders of Teotihuacan. Let's go up the top, see what we think about it. All right, well, that was Founders of Teotihuacan. So this is an interesting little game. What you saw is what the game is. It's a tile drafting game, but there are a lot of rules. You have rules where your architect is. That's going to symbolize what side of the board you can build on. There are rules of which tiles you can draft based on the actions how many discs are there. The temple tiles, where you can put goods or resources down around your tiles. When you get a free tile, where they're allowed to go on the board. There's a lot of rules around this tile placement game, but the tile placement aspect is actually pretty straightforward. Take a tile, put it down. If it's a resource building, give some resources. If it's a temple, grab a worship tile. And then you're trying to get temples to match the colors of your pyramids by the end of the game to score a pile of points. Get worship tiles to score a pile of points in the game. Move up on the favor track to score a pile of points. Points everywhere points. So yeah, this game is going to give you points like crazy. I'm not really going to look at the components because it's board and dice. It's going to have similar components to Teotihuacan. So if you looked at that, it's going to have discs and similar cardboard, similar iconography. All of that's going to feel familiar if you've seen or played that game. The graphic design, art, component quality is effectively the same in this. So if you like that one, you'll like this. If you don't like that, this is probably not going to look any better to you. But Board and Dice has a consistent look, and this one falls in line with all of their games. So this is really interesting. It's fun. I've played it at 2 players only, and I don't know if I'd want to play it at more players because you're going to have less actions, because as the player count goes up, you get less actions to start, and that's going to make it even more difficult to do what you want to do. And there's less rounds. So in a 3-player game, I think you're playing 3 rounds, and in a 2 and 4 player game, or maybe a 4 you're playing 3, and 2 and 4 you're playing 4. I mean, I wouldn't want to play this game in 3 rounds. That's insane. You're not going to get anything done. So this is definitely going to be a 2-player game for me. I like it right in that spot. It still feels tight, hard to do everything you want to do, but it lets me play 4 rounds, which I enjoy. So yeah, this is a solid game. I was expecting something different. I thought it was going to be something that it's not, which I'm glad it showed up this way. I thought it was going to be a roll and write, and I'm glad it's actually a tile game because that's way more enjoyable to me. So yeah, I'm going to give this a BGM accepted seal. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10 on BGG, which is a 3.5 out of 5 wrenches on an arbitrary wrench scale that means absolutely nothing, but we like to give it the games that we enjoy, and that's what I'm going to do. So that is Founders of Teotihuacan from Board and Dice. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics. And as always, keep gaming.